good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually not
Hello.
morning, but we are British, aren't we, Phil?
We are so British, I say, old chap.
Oh,
and today we're going to be visiting a subreddit we have done in the past. It's British Problems.
British Problems, yes, indeed, Phil.
Yes, you can only whinge if it makes us chuckle.
Indeed, yeah. Well, we decided we'd do some more Reddit, didn't we, Phil? And, thought we always liked this one, so let's
see if we've got some
to
British problems, see if we can relate to them as well. But see what other people have said, see what things people are encountering as little minor inconveniences throughout the Great Britannia lands.
Britannia lands, indeed, yes. Chemical Excuse says, the new Cornetto ice cream doesn't have that chunky bit of chocolate at the bottom of the cone, which really is quite shocking.
Oh. Now that is annoying. Yeah, I agree. It is the best bit.
Yeah.
Because there is that little bit because when you go in the cone, they have there's like some chocolate sauce inside, and then you usually have the little chocolate bit. But if they've got rid of it, that's awful. Well, what I'm going to say to you, Chemical Excuse, is go for the supermarket's own brand version of it, because I've noticed they still do have the little chocolate bit. I've got some actually in my freezer. It's I can't remember. It's one of the own brand, or it's the Nestle Extreme ice cream, and they still do have the chocolate bit at the bottom. So it's it's probably coming into shrinkflation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Trying to make it smaller.
Have you tried the Cadbury's chocolate tops ones, which are basically like a sort of ice cream with like vanilla ice cream on top, but like the big ball of ice cream at the top is covered in like a thin layer of like a chocolate shell. It's very simple, but yeah, quite pleasing. Quite nice, in fact. But yes, no chocolate chunk at the bottom of the Cornetto is a travesty, ladies and gentlemen.
What an absolute I know. Go for the own brand ones.
Indeed.
Right. Okay, next we have British Gas reported £3.3 billion in profit, yet threatened my grandma with debt collectors for £7.34.
Yes, that's... God. That is... Yeah, it's just... Energy providers at the moment, energy providers not just at the moment, but all the time. It's just the amount of profit they do rake in, and then giving the bosses massive bonuses, and then a lot of people, of course, with the cost of living crisis at the moment, are struggling, and then they get threatened with tiny little just for tiny little debts like this, where they haven't managed to pay certain things on time.
Yeah, no, you need to. And the energy crisis. Well, luckily, we're not as bad as we were before, because we had a really bad energy crisis before, where the energy was going up, but they're starting to go down again now. But yeah, I'm not with British Gas, thankfully.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. So, not a resounding endorsement for that company there, but indeed.
No, certainly not.
Absolutely. Wait, that's a promoted. I'm looking at an advert. What am I doing? Next one. Idiot filmed carving his name and his GFs on the Colosseum, identified as a tourist in the UK. I think I heard of this recently. Yeah.
Oh, no.
People do that. And, the funny thing is, there were conversations people were saying, people in ancient times always carve their names onto stonework and things. Yeah, but that was people in ancient times. We've moved on since then. This is now a 1,000-year-old structure or whatever.
Yeah, it should be doing. I hate it when tourists do this. They take away souvenirs. It's another thing that's destroying the Great Wall of China.
Yeah, indeed.
They're taking, souvenirs, some of the stones off the Great Wall, and taking it for themselves.
Yeah.
And it's actually destroying the Great Wall itself. So you shouldn't be doing things like this. The Colosseum, it's been there since ancient times. Just.
The other one that also sometimes gets me from time to time is not so much kind of damaging historical artifacts, things like that, but is where people like influencers go out to places that technically have sacred value to certain tribes and communities, and then they do stuff that is just really tasteless, filming naked videos of themselves dancing around on on top of hills and stuff, which technically are ancestral grounds for certain tribal communities and stuff like that. Just completely no sort of awareness of what is appropriate and things like that. So yeah, there's some stupid people out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I think that's an understatement, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed.
What have we got next? So, being pretty happy with our bog standard crap summer weather once you see the hellfire that's happening elsewhere. Yes, I think the biggest one is poor old Rhodes.
Yes, they're burning.
Yes, which has had some issues. It's been burning and we've got soaring temperatures.
Yeah. Indeed. I don't envy people having to deal with that.
our weather's just taken a bit of a downturn, hasn't it? Especially when it was absolutely pissing it down. Oh, that day, I think it was a week ago or so, where it rained from the moment I got up to the moment I went to bed. I couldn't believe it. Do you remember? It was that Saturday.
So,
and it was.
Yeah, I think that might have been more in sort of the north of England, because down the south it's rained a bit, but not as
much.
It
was horrendous.
Yeah.
I thought at some point, right, it's got to let up now. It's got to let up. No, just carried on going. I have heard rumours that a heat wave is coming. They said towards the end of July, which is very soon now.
Yeah. Thing is, though, what with climate changes and all that, obviously our summers are on average going to be getting hotter and hotter. But at the same time, because of the way that it's affecting, obviously, like I think it's like the Gulf Stream, jet stream, whatever it is, from sort of South America, which normally would bring sort of not warm air, but milder sort of air up from the southern hemisphere during winter, meaning that our winters would be chilly but not too bad. Well, because that's being disrupted now, there's the fear that in winter it's going to be getting very cold again. So, over the coming years, who knows? It'll be.
Well, we'll have to see, won't we?
Indeed, temperature extremes and all that. Where are we? So, parents saying stop complaining. In the 80s, our mortgage rates were 20%, but failing to mention that their house cost fuck all, so the total mortgage amount was much smaller. Yeah.
And they only needed a really small deposit.
Indeed.
Yeah. And that 20% mortgage rate payment was far, far lower their take home than people having to pay today, and things were cheaper, so their wages went a lot further.
Indeed. Yeah. It's always lovely when you see somebody from. Not to sort of generalise a bit, but generally tends to be people of older generations who haven't really sort of thought about how inflation affects things and things like that. Yeah.
Oh, back in my day, things were really good.
Yeah. People saying, oh, you just need to stop eating avocado, you just need to stop paying for Netflix, and then, yeah, sure, that'll enable me to afford a frigging house that costs hundreds of thousands of pounds and all that.
Yeah, that's the way we live. But at least we've got lovely video games. So
yes.
About that.
Indeed.
Okie dokie. Cordless drill batteries both kick the bucket. £120 for 2 new batteries, or £60 for a brand new drill with 2 batteries. No wonder the world is full of trash.
Yeah. Indeed. When you think we should be designing things to be reusable so that we don't have to bin them and just create something new, but no, it turns out it's actually cheaper just to get a new one.
Yeah, and then you throw in those things and they go into landfill, and some of it doesn't. And you got like batteries, you've got to deal with them in a way because they will leak acid.
Yes, indeed.
So they have to be treated in a certain way.
Yeah.
And because it could cause a lot of damage because they leak. Well, I think once it, I had some batteries, unfortunately, I've had for ages, and I hadn't got them in a while. I took them out, and when I took them out, they looked like they were starting to fizz.
Eesh. Okay, yeah.
I was like, oh God, right, I need to get rid of these batteries pronto.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But, recycling definitely something that we should all be seeking to do. I know there are some people who moan and whinge out there about having to separate their rubbish, but I think to myself, it's literally just putting it in a different bin. That's all it is. Yeah. What was annoying, though...
Subdividing your paper and your plastic and...
Yeah. What was annoying, though, recently, where I live, somebody in my apartment building was putting plastic bottles in the glass bottle bin. It was like, ho, you better not find... You better make sure we don't find out who you are, matey. Yeah, so don't do that, folks, because you don't want your bin men refusing to take it and all that.
Exactly, yeah, that will happen. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, it's me, isn't it? Supermarkets spending an awful lot of time telling us that Aldi's cheaper than them, but that they've kindly reduced some of their prices to match Aldi, in which case I'll just go to Aldi then. Yeah.
Yeah, I have noticed that there are some supermarkets that are going, we'll now price match to Aldi.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So why didn't you do that before?
Yeah.
Why have you suddenly gone?
Yeah. Thing is, like, as people say in the comments, actually, places like Aldi and Lidl, they're usually the places to go to just for your sort of general grocery shop, and then if you want anything specific that they don't have, then you go
branded stuff. Yeah, well, I must say Aldi doesn't really. Lidl has more stuff that is branded. Lidl does have stuff that is more branded. But yeah, I remember what is funny as well is that I can't remember if it's Aldi or Lidl, but they've got adverts now where they're actually taking the piss out of the supermarkets because they're basically going, At Tesco, you can get this, this, and this. However, here at Aldi, you can get this, 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 and this.
You can get the whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all, having these secret little jabs at each other, aren't they?
Yeah, indeed. I do love, when I go to my local Lidl, I go down like the freezer cabinet aisle where they've got all like the ice creams and stuff like that, and just seeing what sort of funny sort of like world stuff they have, like sort of what's the like for example like mochi or like things for example like even like things like Greek ice cream snacks and things like this.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I found, which is amazing in Asda. Oh my god, there's a selection in Asda of like a very like Polish things, and they've got a selection of Polish chocolate bars. Like there's oh my god, they're good. Like there's this one I really like, which is a wafer with it has a cocoa cream in it, but they've got three varieties. One's toffee, one's just normal, and then my favourite, hazelnut.
Oh, yeah,
it's
sounds
got
good.
It's hazelnut wafer, and it's I've got a crispy coconut bar tonight, which is part of it, but that one's really good. That hazelnut one.
Yeah. God, it's just making me think now as well of like Game Grumps Power Hour episodes where they have like Kit Kats, for example, from all over the world. The crazy flavours.
You can get there is interesting flavours of Kit Kat. Yeah.
Get ones from like Japan where they have all the crazy flavours, strawberry and green tea and whatever else.
There's lots.
Matcha, things like that. Yeah, I wonder if you can get stuff like that on Amazon. You probably can.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt.
Indeed.
So realising the reason why your bag of crisps only has 98 calories isn't that they've managed to make tasty low-calorie crisps. It's because there's only 4 crisps in the packet.
Yes, this. Indeed. Big packet, and then you open it, and it's like frigging 60% bagged gas.
Yeah, but unfortunately they do need to put air in there because otherwise it does keep the freshness. Because obviously it's in there is it nitrogen? Yeah. That's inside there that actually keeps it fresh. But there are some crisps where you just don't get any. But what I will say is I will give a commendation to Quavers. If you get the grab bag of Quavers, you actually get a bloody decent portion in there. The grab bag of Quavers. But the other ones, they do not. Times where they don't put a lot in. Yeah. You open the bag and you're like, oh, for God's sake.
Speaking of Quavers, though, just before the recording session today, I was watching Peter Kay clips on YouTube, and you've seen the clip. I can't remember which stand-up routine it was, where he talks about how when he goes around to his nan's place and she always asks him, guess who's died? This sort of thing.
Oh God, yes, I remember that, yeah.
And he's doing an impersonation of an old lady talking about her, presumably like her husband or something who loved Quavers. Oh yeah, my Billy, I lost him 5 years ago. He loved Quavers, he did. And at the funeral, as they put his coffin into the ground, with God as my witness, I just saw the wind blow and a little Quavers packet came flying across. That was our Billy, that was our Billy, he was there.
With the Quavers.
Oh God, it's a good one.
Right.
Yeah, very northern humour that, but indeed.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, there we are. It's me, yes. Sold my PS5 on eBay and sent it tracked and insured via Royal Mail. They lose it. Try and make a claim, but due to insufficient evidence of value of the item, they close the case and award me a book of 8 first-class stamps.
Oh God.
Oh dear. Oh, bollocks.
Oh,
Go outside and see a mail van parked up with a Protect Our Revenue sticker. It all starts to make sense.
Oh dear. Well, what are they claiming is going to be sufficient evidence?
Yeah.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, because you would have thought...
Could you be tracked and insured it? That's good, because you might be able to get something from that.
Here's the thing, whenever you go to the post office and you ask for something to be sort of sent secure delivery and things like that, they will always usually ask you, what is the general idea of what, in terms of what content it is, so if it's important documents or something, so then they know, roughly if it's something valuable that therefore they need to take extra care with.
Do that. Yeah, the Royal Mail have been having a bad time in the past, haven't they?
They have.
There's been a lot of strikes as well.
Yeah. Indeed. Indeed. Over to you.
Right, I finally have my last payment to the student loan company this month, so I have an extra £400 a month. Unfortunately, my mortgage has gone up £600 per month also.
Oof, God, yeah, that's steep.
Yeah, I'm a while off paying that because I've got student loans still paying off.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, that's when your mortgage has gone up. Yeah, I had to sort out my mortgage because unfortunately I was on a variable tariff, and it kept going up all the time. It's like, oh god, I'm not having this anymore. So I put myself onto a fixed.
Yeah, I'm on a fixed rate mortgage for like the first couple of years. But yeah, it's always one of those things, you know, when you take mortgages out, like, you know, if you take a fixed rate one, then when the sort of term comes to kind of the end of the fixed rate, it's good to sort of like look around and see if you can like remortgage to take advantage of a better deal, things like that. Yeah,
happens.
But don't need to worry about that myself just for a while yet. So
yeah, you'll be okay for a while.
Yeah,
No, that should
indeed.
be okay.
Yeah,
Right.
but that sucks. Yeah, £600 a month up. God, jeez. Oh, you'd like the menswear section? Sure. Just go up the escalator to the 5th floor, then through a maze of stairs into the tiny cupboard that is the men's section, but also has women's clothes too.
Yeah, I've noticed some of that actually.
Yeah.
In some clothing stores, like it's difficult to find the menswear section. Then like they have like a massive, massive area for women's.
Have you seen the comment from War Wonderful 593? The reference going on in that one. You'll then end up in Ireland's largest lingerie department. Say hello to the lost priests.
Oh, God, yeah.
Father Ted. That's a classic, that one. It's like a Christmas special. The priest lost in the Ireland's largest lingerie department. Brilliant. That was a good reference.
Good old Father Ted. Yeah, I haven't really watched many episodes of that, I will say.
Yeah.
Unlike
That will be
YouTube
an
or something.
ecumenical matter. There we are.
But there does seem to be that in most big department stores, I've noticed, actually. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Colgate reducing the size of their toothpaste from 100 grams to 75 grams without changing the price or size of the packaging.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, that's not just Colgate, that's a lot of products, that is.
That's what we got, which is another subreddit we should have a look at, r/shrinkflation.
Indeed, yeah.
Charging the same price and reducing their size of their toothpaste.
Yeah. God. Indeed. I mean, I know, obviously, with supply costs and things like that going up at the moment, thanks to, obviously, like events in Ukraine, the, legacy of the impact of COVID, things like that, then, yeah, obviously, for businesses, costs are going up and all that, but still, obviously, it ends up with those costs being passed on to us, the consumers, which is never ideal.
And we've got to keep our teeth clean, otherwise they'll fall out and rot, and we don't want all that. Okay?
Absolutely. Every time I hear someone mention Meta's latest app Threads, I have flashbacks to 1984 and visions of mushroom clouds over Sheffield, burned babies, a woman pissing herself in the street, melting ET, and a scary traffic warden. Okay, Threads was a TV show, wasn't it, back in the 80s? Was it about nuclear war?
Yeah. I think it sounded like something, didn't it? I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, I don't either. It's a bit before my time, that was.
Quite a bit before my time, yeah.
Indeed. Did not expect this to blow up, but there we are. Nice one, OP.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've now got supermarkets introducing store card discount schemes that really just buying things at the price they always were with extra steps. And heaven forbid you don't have one of their store cards unless you now pay a £2 premium on your Juba Pringles or whatever it may be they're alleging now just happens to cost 60% more than it always did. Robbing bastards, in short.
Yep. They always ask you, do you have a store card? I don't know.
I don't deal with them.
Yes.
Because, yes, you can build up points and everything, but at the end of the day, I like how they have things on the side when, like, if you had a store card discount, a store club card, then you could get it for this cheaper price. All right, okay, no, fine, thanks.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay.
Terrible. Pepsi changing their recipe from sugar to sweeteners without any change on the packaging or price. Thanks for allergic reaction, Pepsi. Oh dear.
Oh, are you allergic to the sweetener? They should be, because I know that the normal Pepsi still use sugar. However, Pepsi Max is the one with zero sugar.
Yeah.
And use sweetener. Or the infamous sweetener that people seem to rag on, aspartame.
Yeah. Indeed.
But I've got a big thing. I must say, I've got a big thing for because I've got back into fizzy drinks. I used to just drink juices, but I still do drink because I love my juices. But I've now Pepsi Max Cherry is one of my favourite, and Pink Lemonade Lucasade, which is really nice.
See, yeah. Pink Lemonade Lucasade. Haven't heard of
Yeah,
that
it's
one.
really, really good. Yeah, really good.
Yeah. God, I need to go
Can't
down
take
to
my 3-year-old. Oh,
Sorry, I was just going to say. No, I was just going to say I need to go down to my local co-op and get some more alcohol-free mojito again. I've not had some for a while.
You like that, don't you?
I do like it's good.
It's very good.
Sorry, go on.
So this person can't take their 3-year-old to the local park anymore, as now it's for like with a million foul-mouthed, fully black-clothed, hooded teenagers.
Oh.
Within the first 5 minutes, I've had so many F-bombs and witnessed them smashing many glass bottles on the ground as an Olympic sport. Hate the school summer holidays. Plus, all the swings are caked in mud.
Oh, God. Yeah.
You do get some chavos, don't you?
Yeah.
That think they're the best of the bunch. And think they're all cool and everything.
Yeah. Just ruin it for everyone else, indeed. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Still have these people, yeah. So it unfortunately happens in some holidays, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Bottles of drink now keeping the lid connected so it scrapes your lips. The solution nobody asked for. I see, yeah. So, like when the lid has like that little strip of plastic, so you just have to flick it back.
Oh God, yeah. So you're trying to take it off, and you're like, oh, I can't be bothered. I'll just carry on drinking because it won't come off.
Indeed.
Yeah, and it does. Luckily, it's just plastic, so it shouldn't hurt too much. But if it's something like metal, got to be careful.
Yeah, it's always a bit of an annoyance, that one, isn't it?
Next, we have realising your phone autocorrects some of your favourite words to the Americanized versions, removing their lustre and having it grate on every fibre of your being. Truly a pain in the arse.
The Americanized versions, it says.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree, because I have moments where I'm talking to my work colleagues, and we obviously use Teams and everything, and Outlook, which is all by Microsoft, and you put in your English version, they go, the red spell check line goes, no, that's incorrect, that spelling. No, it's not, that's the British spelling. I don't fucking care. This is American, and you shall do it in the American style. No, I want to do it in the British style, thank you very much. I want to put my U's in colour, and I want to put, colourised or Americanised with an S and not a Z. Thank you. It does that all the time, and you're just like, oh, stop it, please.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, do a couple more then.
Do a couple more.
No BBC. It's not better when you sign in. I don't need to log in and don't want to, no matter how many times you ask me. Yes.
When you try to exit BBC, it goes, it would be better if you signed in. Fuck off.
Indeed. It gives you an advert for BT or whatever. It's flipping. I'm not interested in that BBC. You just want to read some news. Something like that.
Do something. Come on.
Yeah.
Right, final one. To the contractor who lays turf over discarded bricks in new build guardings, I'm going to shit on your nan's lap.
Oh dear. Someone's probably posted this in response to something happening outside their house or whatever.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's like that would fit for not my job.
Yeah, that would actually. Yeah.
You need to stop doing that. Yeah. Oh, we've had some interesting little British problems here, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah, they are quite interesting as well.
Yeah, they are indeed. Well, there you go. Thanks for joining me for that there, Phil.
Have you been rectified with all these problems? You don't have a problem, do you?
No,
do you
not
have
right now.
Have you had a British problem recently? Encountered anything?
Well,
I don't think I've had a British problem.
The other day I discovered that I was running low on tea bags, which caused a sort of mini panic, and I was like, "Oh shit, I've got to get down to the supermarket get some more tea bags." There we are.
That's certainly a British problem, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, the other British and it said pogrom. That's something very different, that is. Well, the British problem that I had a few weeks ago was not quite realising that my milk had actually passed the use-by date and was quite significantly over. And, the thing about milk is, for a few days after the use-by date, it's usually fine. You can keep drinking it. But I pulled it out, tried to put it in a cup of tea, and the milk basically turned into like a horrible creamy slime.
It does do that. It goes. You get lumps in it.
Yeah.
And it starts to smell a bit like cheese.
Yes, it smelled awful when I actually raised it. The smell was like,
I must admit, I will do something that might seem a little bit weird. I do prefer milk that's gone a little bit slightly off.
Oof,
a little bit slightly off compared to, I don't know, it just I think it is a bit tasty. Obviously you don't want it to go off for too long because you'll have horrendous stomach aches and everything. But when it's slightly off, and weirdly, it's got a weird taste when it's only slightly off, not when it's fully, but the taste it has, right? And that's what I found when I've put it on my cereal and stuff. It tastes a bit like battered fish from a fish and chip shop.
Ugh, okay.
It does. It's got that taste of like the battered fish you get from a fish and chip shop. But I don't know. I prefer it when it's slightly off. It tastes better.
Weird. Okay. Yeah. That's why Phil has constant stomach problems. No, just joking. Yeah, well, thanks for joining me then, and hope you all enjoyed watching too. We went through some more British problems.
Yes, we had
Yes.
some British problems there.
We shall
Okay.
now end the video post-haste, Phil, by going through my social media linkages on Facebook and Twitter, or X as it's technically now known, thanks Elon Musk and all that. Propagandist channel link is also down in the video description if you're interested, and yeah, like the video if you liked it and all that. Well, than that, this is two of us signing off now. Goodbye.
Oh, I say, old chaps, arrivederci. Oh, wait, that's Italian. That's not going to help us. Goodbye.
Right, mate. Look here, so you get the review. Oh, what the heck? Did I not kill it because it wasn't on screen? Are you serious? Can I need more ammo, please? Just the way my character looks is so entertaining to me. Shit! Fuck! Get on his head! No! Come on! It's annoying how they swing at you like that and just get you before you can get on their head. We can Mario jump on them. God. Here, please. Gotcha. There we go. Saves a little bit of the old ammunition, doesn't it? There's a reason we want to do this. I'm just going to assume that there is. Ah, it's just a locomotive up here. Oh shit. Gator, apparently this is called. Is the train itself loco? Yeah, it is.